And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing InfraSpace. Alright, recycling just finished. Let's see. Oh, what is this is? Interesting. This has an AoE. Let's squiggle this over a little bit if we can. So the recycling center. It gets all used resources back. Every 6 rounds. Ooh. So every 6 processes, it returns all the resources that we made. Okay, so this thing doesn't produce anything at all. So this is a different, kind of a different style. So one thing I could do to make this work, let's move in order to maximize. I'm going to move a couple of these over here and then put another recycling center smack in the middle of all of this. Boink. Doesn't really tell me. There's no employees. Okay, that's kind of weird. And doesn't use power. At least it doesn't tell me it uses power. But we should be more efficient. That's gonna give us more efficiency on our resources. And I don't know if that's gonna be reflected here as a, you know, using fewer resources. I wonder if one would fit. Ooh, almost. It would almost fit in there. Ooh, that would be so perfect in there. Let's see where else we could slap one of these. Definitely use one over here. How about over here? Not a lot of wiggle room in here. That would be... Look at that. That would be perfect right there. Can we move this over to here and this over to here? Slap in the recycling center. That would get almost all of those buildings. That would be glorious. Now, in here would be so nice. I might be able to squeeze it right there. Possibly, maybe. I really don't want to lose the adjacency bonuses that those all get, though. But if I move this over to here, and this one maybe right there. Oh! Almost. Okay, how about this over to here, this one over to here, this one over to here. Oh! I'm so close. Really? Really? Oh. Oh. Packed in a little too tight. Where else could we put this thing? Let's see. Let's move this off over to here for now. How about right there? This one I have to put that on the end. Right there. That gets a whole lot of that good to go. Definitely want to slap one over here. Every 6 rounds, yeah. I like that. I like that idea a lot. The other thing I could do, I could slap a steel maker over here and eke out a little bit of efficiency out of all of these. Or not all of them. A lot of them. Eke out a little bit more efficiency out of our motors, and that should give us a much bigger buffer for our motors. The other thing I would like to start to do is do some Iridium processing, and I got to find my where the plateau was. I think it was over here. Yeah, we have Iridium there and Iridium there. So I think what we're gonna need is more nanotubes, though. So Iridium alloy, yeah, is going to use Iridium and the nanotubes. So let's see if there's any other Iridium out here. There's aluminum. Iron, lots of iron. Lots of iron. Iridium and ooh, there's a good. This might have been it right in here. So I'm guessing if we could slap the Iridium processors near the Iridium miners, we would be able to get some efficiency out of those. That might work. Let's look at Iridium miners. Oh yeah, all the way across here. I might even squeeze out a little bit more out of that. Maybe, possibly. So the other thing we're going to need in abundance is nanotubes. Now, I really don't want to pull nanotubes from anywhere else. Like I've balanced nanotubes in this area pretty effectively. Ooh, yeah, we're low on steel. That's one thing I did over here. Districts, steel, right here. Let's cancel that. A lot of these were full over here, and like yeah, there were some that were completely full of steel. So I had them drop a bunch of that steel off here, so we got a pretty decent amount of steel ready to go. So that should help boost those up a bit. If not, we can. I mean, we have iron right here. We could do another steel thing and just have that steel feed in over here. Okay, so over here, let's see what our Iridium consumption is going to be. It's going to be 2 every 26 seconds, and our miners 1 every 5.4 seconds. So, so 26 divided by 5.4, roughly 4.8. But that's 2. So that's actually like 2.4. So one Iridium miner can keep, almost 2.5 processors. But that's not the only thing that's going to use Iridium. There's a hollow display factory that's going to be using that. And that uses even more nanotubes. Holy Moses, the nanotubes are crazy. It's just a crazy number of nanotube processors. Wow. How are we going to do this? What else? We need to look ahead here. So that doesn't use nanotubes. That uses... I actually won't need a lot of these high-tech workshops. Not high tech. I mean the VR edutainment. These I'll be able to place locally. So one of these produces 5 every 20 seconds. 20, 40, 60. So that's 15 a minute. And these houses only want, right now, they only want 0.1 a minute. So 10 of these is 1 a minute. So I'll be able to supply, you take that times 15, that's 150 houses. So probably I'd be able to get away with 2 VR edutainments. Eventually I'll probably need a third when all of this housing is built up. So the Iridium pellet, not sure where those are used. But most likely, yeah, there it is. Nope. That fan looking thing, I don't know where that is used at. What's the soil enrichment facility do? Yeah, these things right here. I'm not sure where these are used. Iridium propellant factory. They're not used here. Not seeing any other craft that uses those. Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere that those are used. So I might be able to just ignore those completely. But those Iridium alloy Duvalakis, I need to figure out. See, there's a little Iridium there. Yeah, we're still short on uranium here. Even though we have 1 extra miner than what we need, it's still really touch and go. I wonder if the recycling center works for these. Oh, it looks like it does. Although they don't make anything. Every 6 rounds against all users is back. So, I don't know. We'll see. See if that helps. Okay, so over here we want Iridium miners. It's as best that we're going to do there. And over here the same way. Okay. It's as good as we're going to get there. So, the other thing we're going to need... Where is it? Iridium alloy. Gives us a couple there. Because in the back here, that's more than enough, I think. Remember, each one of these can support like 2.4 of these. So behind here, we're going to need nanotube makers. Give ourselves a little bit of a buffer there. For reasons. And one on this end. And that'll give me a good offset for this guy. Like that. So the nanotubes should give these guys a bonus. And these are 2 nanotubes every 26 seconds. Oh, and these are 2 every 50 seconds. So yeah, we're going to need quite a few of these. And let's not forget our sweet, sweet, where is it? Recycling centers. Oh, Lord. Okay. That's okay. We need the bonus on this side of things. Let's move this guy there and this guy there. And let's put this guy on the road. Recycling center. It's kind of wasted over here. So let's move this a little bit further in. Get as many of those buildings as we can with one of them. So these are 5 carbon every 50 seconds. You know, I should write down these ratios. That would be a wise thing to do. That's a 1 carbon every 8. So every 50 is roughly 6. So yeah, it's basically 1-to-1 on these. So we're gonna need a lot of carbon makers. I might be able. Oh, I can't change it in any smaller increments there. Okay. Like so. Where am I going? There they are. Ah. As you can see, I've been using the 4-lane roads more than I used to, because reasons. Because these don't really get adjacency bonuses with anything. So it is what it is. So we have 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, no more curviness. Let's just go straight out here. Get rid of that. That, get rid of that. So that is a good supply of those. We have a recycling center even in here built in, which will help with production, but that should be relatively self-contained version of that little build. I'm getting a little bit better at these. Actually, let's dial that back, like right there, and then dial this right there. Okay, so power, because there's other production, there's other you know, enhancement buildings that we can put in here. Namely, the high-tech workshop. That will boost productivity in the buildings, which will be nice to build over here because we're going to have Iridium Duvalakis over here anyway, so that'll help. Okay, so down here, we're going to eliminate that and say, hey, let's do a highway. Wah! Whoa, what happened? What happened here? What is going on? What is going on with this? What? There we go. That was just a little too close to that. And then over here, probably want to move this node back. All right. Power in here. Let's see. Power. Oh man, we can almost cover. Oh, we can. We can cover like this whole thing with one node. That's glorious. Oh, maybe yeah, that one might need some convincing over there. All right, we're gonna borrow some power from over here. I hate how these. Oh, I don't like how these work. It says they're powered. Oh yeah, don't these need sand too? Oh, they do. We have so much sand. The other thing I would like to start. Should we do the high-tech workshop? I think we should. And then schools, and then holo displays. Get those queued up. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need some sand. And let's do a district over this whole area. And then say sand stay in, carbon stay in, carbon nanotubes stay in. And then sand we're gonna also stay in. So we're going to need some sand miners. Yeah, 2 every 50 seconds, and this baby's going to pump out 1 every 6 seconds. So we can probably slap in another one over here. Or should we go 2 small ones? Nah, I think only 1 big one is going to be able to fit in this spot. Okay, yep. Sand is good. And carbon should be plentiful. Now we're just waiting on the sand to fill up in here. And I might, you know, once everything's full and I start seeing some backup, I might unattach a lot of that. You know, if we have a lot of excess nanotubes, you know, if one of these starts filling up, then I can reevaluate. But I really, really want them to focus and prioritize this stuff here. We got some decent efficiencies going on. Most of this build is under the recycling center here. Could slap a robot over here. Like, yeah, we're already low on our people. Yeah, we might need some more sand. Not sure where what all these are delivering. These must be delivering nanotubes. Yeah, these are delivering nanotubes of all things. I did not think we had that many extra nanotubes over here. But we might. That's definitely a possibility. I did build a industrial robot factory over here, just to kind of boost up the, or not boost it up, I guess it's reducing the number of employees. So we have the nanotubes, we have iridium being made. Look at that. So, is there anything we can use this for right away? There's a radiation core factory. We're a ways off from red science, I think. Yeah, we're a ways off from that. What is that? So there's some more nanotubes, some more iridium, and sand. It's a pretty cheap recipe. One hollow display. VR entertainment. Iridium propellant. That's not used anywhere, I don't think. And the AI control unit, that is. So we're going to need a good supply of aluminum over here and more of those neural interfaces. Wow. These are definitely used in way more places than I really wanted to. I'm half tempted to go in and try to mod this recipe. 100 seconds for one of these. That is brutal. It's a brutal amount of crafting when so many other things use it. So this is a big use for it. And that's going to use... I really want to build these close to my population. Just because, you know, we should have some extra of these laying around. I mean, we have a little bit extra production, I think. Not really. Not really, unfortunately. Wow. That is not a lot of buffer space for those. We have plenty of computer production, plenty of robot production. How about, like, oxygen? We good? I think we can add a few more houses. Park, we're good. We might need another stadium soon. Oh, almost. I mean, if we change that, would be good. All right, that should give us a few more people. Survival food is fine. Good meals, we might need some more good meals, which would mean we need to increase our meat production. You know what we don't have over here? We don't have the recycling center over here. That might behoove us. to slap in this guy somewhere in here. Oh. I did not think. Okay, so the only buildings it's going to affect are these. These are not going to be affected because I don't think they produce anything. But if we expand, we would expand this direction. And that might be nice. And we're not nearly tapping these out. It's the meat that we're very short on. Not a lot of traffic produced by these. I mean, these are not fast crafts. Okay. Oxygen is still good. These should have started upgrading. They have indeed. Should have plenty of home appliances. We have plenty of computers. Plenty of home robots. And now we've got some iridium alloy. And we could lower, for now, our iridium down. And that should save us on some jobs. You can see the workers here. Some of these other crafts, like green circuits and stuff, I've been having those maxed the whole time just because of the sheer volume of those that we're using. Microchips we're kind of using a lot of, yeah, and its neural processors are brutal. All right, so the next wave of upgrades is happening. All right, so now we have iridium alloy. Now we just need the high-tech workshop to get done, which will increase our productivity. High-tech workshop is going to use some of that aluminum. One of those neural processors. So I might want to try to figure out a way of getting neural processors, getting more of these. How much of a buffer do we have on chips? We have a little bit of a buffer. A little bit. But the basics, we're going to need copper, iron, sand, carbon. Yeah, copper, iron, sand, and carbon is all we need. And those are pretty plentiful. So iron, copper, iron, copper, copper. Oh, yeah, this is potentially a good spot. Yeah, this copper is relatively stupid. This one might be able to make that work. There is some more iron here. Although the process does not use a lot of iron. I mean, it really doesn't. It uses far more carbon and people. I don't remember that it uses a lot of employees. And we have plenty of iron production. We have more than double. And that's even 60%. If I max that out, we would have so much iron production, we wouldn't even know what to do with it. It's just getting it here that is difficult. So there's a massive amount of copper back here. Not really any that we can easily use in a cascading production system. Because the best stuff would be sort of like we have here with the iron, right? We have iron and then all of those, and it just sort of cascades down. Kind of hard to do that with all this stuff set up. And over here, I think I'm gonna just get rid of all of these, because I think people like work there. Yeah, people try to work there even though they shouldn't. I mean, this is the most likely copper that we would be able to do a cascading system on. We have so much sulfur, I don't anticipate that. There's another potential copper that's kind of on a curve. That would be difficult to cascade. I would love a map editor for this game so we could do an Uber production series. Because you know, any factory game that I play, if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you know that I like my Uber production series. And as far as I know, this is the only map that the game has. But man, this would be fun to try to do an Uber production series. You know, have just a, you know, a flat map with just bands of materials on them. You know, that would be glorious. So I think our best bet is right in here, because this can produce 1 copper every 3.2 seconds. This uses 1 every 32 seconds. So 1 miner can supply 10 electronics factories. Right? So yeah, we can put several miners around this if we really, really wanted to. Do something like that with maybe a little branch off in that side. Maybe a little branch. Let's squiggle that down a little bit. Do a branch off on that side. So we could put a whole lot of electronics manufacturers back here. And if we wanted to really optimize it, we would also include recycling centers and all that kind of stuff. The big issue is getting all the iron back here. That's going to be difficult. That'll be a lot of iron, and it's got to come from somewhere. We could have it flow through here. If we wanted to branch this off right in here. No, see, I don't want that to be derpy. The game assumes things that it shouldn't assume. Trying to chase this guy here. A little derpy, I admit, a little derpy, but the elevation changes. It's just got to be done. I mean, we've got lots of copper production too. I mean, we have lots of copper production, so I'll be able to massively overproduce this area over here, which will be basically only neural processors. It's just going to be so many neural processors. Yeah, we're going to need many thousands of people employed over there for all those neural processors. How are we doing now that those are all upgraded? Oh, they're not all upgraded. Culture. Ooh, yeah, we're tickling the edge of culture. Okay. We're going to go back. What happened here? I have a feeling something happened here. Yep, something happened here. Okay. We're gonna have a stadium back here. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I forgot how big these are. We're gonna finagle you over here. We're gonna move you over here. Okay, now we should be able to put a stadium over here. Yep, they're just missing some culture. They're not very cultured over here. And the next city level, we need 3,500, level 6, right? So, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of materials getting funneled into this massive area. I put it back here because I want to be able to have some room for housing over here. And that means this guy can move as well. Okay. That looks pretty good. And robots are good. Computers are very good. Appliances are good. Good meals. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more meals. So let's max out meat and get some more veggies. That means we're going to need some more fertilizer. Okay. So our meals are actually going to start pumping out again much, much faster. Which means we have enough for a few more houses. Because the neural processing center that we're building is going to need many, many hundreds of employees. Yeah, the first thing to happen is all the oxygen starts coming out, which is fine. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.